What's up, Champions fam? It's Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new WWE Champions video. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done some content. I've been busy with my personal life. Been working some crazy hours of work, but here we are today. We're gearing up for the Titan feud. We got a brand new trial champion in the game representing the brand new mutant subcategory of champions with none other than Finn Balor, the Demon King, modern era trickster. Incredible unit. But we are here today for something very interesting because after checking out my broski Merrick's video earlier on in the week, his roster tour, it's been a while since I've done one, and I know that some of you have actually requested for me to do one. Now, I don't know how long this video is going to go because not only do I plan on doing a tour, I also feel the need of giving you some advice to whoever wants to take it. That's the way I see it. Knowledge is power. Some people like to keep it to themselves, amongst themselves and their teams and their families. And you know what? Others are willing to share it sparingly. But ultimately, this video is going to serve as not only a way of showcasing my roster and where I'm at compared to others, maybe even yours, but it's also just to give you some enlightenment and help you out with some things just in case. Now, I am not a all the way free to play player. I'm going to get that right out of the gate, but I do have some tips that I feel will help free to play players moving forward with their rosters. I do dabble in pay to play options nowadays, and when I do, not as often as I did in the past, I'm more or less going for key resources due to what I'm working with within my faction fam, Phoenix Rises. Still, storing up, stocking up, and getting resources straight while rebuilding the franchise and taking things to the next level there. I understand that due to the lack of members that we have, I understand that certain things we are not going to be able to accomplish compared to someone who is in a 100 maxed out faction. However, I also consider that teamwork makes the dream work. So there are certain things I'm willing to invest in to improve my roster and my account that will benefit my faction fam overall as we move forward and as we rebuild. So I look at those things key more than pulls, but depending on what superstars that are in the banners and that are within the gacha, and depending on if I feel like investing that disposable income that I know I'm not going to get back on some pulls to get somebody that could possibly be a game changer overall moving forward, I then decide to invest. But it's better not to invest on every single banner because that's how you can go broke real quick. And gambling is an addiction. So let's just get that right out of the way. Now, let's get to the roster. Obviously, my stuff isn't covered up, and I know a lot of people are going to go in the comments and more than likely say, "Hey, yo, cover your stuff." I'm to the point with this game where I'm like, look, if my stuff gets hacked, it gets hacked. It's not the end of the world for me. Like, this is a want. I want to play. I don't need to play. And if someone has to go that far to hack an account when I'm literally trying to give you some advice to help you hack your account in a positive way to move it forward, that's on them. At the end of the day, it's nothing lost. I'll just move forward and keep on doing what I do. It's not going to hurt my brand. But let's go ahead and just dive on into the roster and check things out. But just wanted to get that one out there. I know. I'm thankful for those of you who care about, the security of my account, but looking at how much I got this stuff linked up, there shouldn't be any excuse for anything bad to happen to my account, Lord willing. But if it does, it is what it is, and we'll keep moving forward and keep it rocking. Now, at this very moment, you can see that I do have the trial Balor, the Demon King, and I actually love this guy. He's a really good character, a really solid unit. Kudos to anybody who's pulled him and unlocked him. Yellow finisher damage coach. That is beast mode. That is monster. Trainer ability actually, 150%. Obviously, with Batista, icons of WrestleMania, we've seen it in Merrick's video. This guy is a game changer moving forward in the game, and he's an incredible monster by himself, let alone in tag team action. So kudos. I love the aesthetic here. It's truly beautiful, remarkable. If I had to do some comic book references here, I would say Dark Beast from the Age of Apocalypse. I see that here. I also see Doomsday, the villain that killed Superman back in the day. I like this concept here, man. He looks absolutely amazing, absolutely apex, and just a monster of a unit. I just can't get over what they're doing with these mutants here. Bailey was awesome. Showboat Cena prototype, Cesaro Trickster. I can't wait to see who they release next. But these mutant characters are hitting it when it comes to the overall design. So gear up for this Titan feud. Make sure that you're using characters, if you got your perks sorted out, that are going to be able to turn one this guy. Obviously, the objective here is to take down Balor so that you can go ahead and get more points that are going to help not only in your solo contest milestones, but your faction milestones. So you want to work smart. My boy Zach Crabtree, a member of the Phoenix Rises, he's literally been dropping gems on the team and helping us improve. And legit, what he said is real. You want to take somebody in that's going to be able to deal some high damage. If you got straps involved, that's going to be also highly essential depending on how people are going to have this guy set up, let alone if you go up against someone's actual Balor. So you want to make sure you're hitting him with some crazy, insane gem damage, move damage. Stun guys are going to come into full effect here. So if you got Zombie Cena, you got somebody can utilize trap gems that cause a stun, Zombie Austin here, you're going to want to go in and hit this guy heavy and hard, quick, get it over and done with, plus get your other points from the other superstars that are brought forth within the feud. But inevitably, this is definitely a solid unit all the way around. I don't see no flaws with it when it comes to the Demon King. So he definitely gets his due here. Make sure to clear the content, do the blitzes, do the limited time tours, and of course your mega superstar pulls. Now let's get to the bread and butter of my squad. Now here's the thing with me. I have to say this to anybody. Invest for the long term when it comes to WWE champions. Unless you're spending money to do crazy pulls all the time, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to play this smart. If you're free to play, 12 months in a year. So that means you get 12 free units within that time. Now, looking at how key pulls are nowadays, it's hit and miss. Some MLCs might have them, some MLCs might not. So that's going to limit your progress when it pertains to getting brand new superstars. So that's going to be a true thing where you're going to be building up your resources all in the meantime. And a cool thing that y'all need to understand, especially if you're clearing out the road for resources like you should be doing, aside from doing your dailies, you want to understand that some characters don't have to be maxed all the way out to clear your content. Get certain superstars up to certain levels, clear your coin evolve contest, get certain milestones, or get as far as you can possibly with the upgrades that you do, and you're going to be okay. You don't have to have everybody maxed in order to get through the content on this game. You just need to keep that in full effect, and that's going to allow you to have more coin to spend in the long term on your go-to projects when it comes to your husbandos and your waifus, who represent acrobats, powerhouses, showboats, strikers, technicians, and tricksters, and what other future classes to come, as well as covering your era categories and your subcategory requirements, because that is a thing with your bonus contest superstars. So that's something you also want to think about. Now you got all these different eras and you have all these different classes. I do strongly suggest, if you're free to play, invest in your free to play MLC units all the time. Yes, you're going to have to pump TP into them, coins as well, but that specially evolved token is going to be clutch when it comes to saving your resources for your key go-to characters once you're able to properly recruit them. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of my 5 stars. I don't have a 5-star silver yet. 5-star golds are on the way. I'm in no rush yet because I understand who I am and I understand what I'm willing to do, what I'm willing to commit to, and what I'm willing to risk it out for. So you got to know yourself. You don't got to be rushing things just because everyone else around you is doing it. Just continue to grind, continue to understand your account, understand your roster, what you're working with, and know who to cover. Always take care of your MP trainers, your gem gens, and now move damage is a thing, gem damage is a thing. But always take care of your color MP for your champions, because the MP is going to be a thing that's going to get you through a lot of content. It's going to spare you some health packs, especially with how scarce they are nowadays. On top of that, your gem generation, if you got choose move characters, or you got random area characters or random gem placement characters, at the end of the day, the more gems that are on the board, that can work towards your benefit, and you also want to be smart. You might also want to do some role reversal things, because steal an MP is a thing nowadays. But one of the guys that I'm always going to be working on is my boy The Rock. Memrock is out. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment. But before that, it was the great one. And this guy is one of my go-to characters. He's going to go up to 5-star gold when the time comes. And if I get blessed with Memrock in the future, then he'll go up to 5-star gold too, because I'm a mark for The Rock. But this guy has held me down and got me through so much content, running in with Seth and Kyrie Sane. That has helped me out a lot. So Rock is always going to have a special place in my heart. Thankful that I was able to unlock him from the DX vault, and I'm grateful that I've gotten him this far. But he's definitely someone that is clutch and helps me with my tours. He's definitely not going to be someone that I'm using often as I move forward, because I've made some crucial changes with my account, but he's always going to be someone that I can rely on. So it's always good to have a character that you like. And one thing I also want to say right here to all of you: invest in characters that you enjoy playing. Some others might not get it, but look, asking questions is always a good thing, and self-education is a good thing. YouTube is here for you. You can type in WWE Champions, type in the character's name, and you will more than likely find some type of gameplay for them at some type of star rarity. So it's good to educate yourself on this game if you're fully invested, and it's also great to ask crucial questions if you don't know, especially when it comes to medal straps and skill plates. You definitely want to be asking solid questions there, or when it comes to different types of content, how you want to get through content that might be really like critical to your advancement. You ask those type of questions. You ask, how did someone get that far? And some people might troll you, but some people might be straight up, because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you spend on this game, you're still going to have to put in the work. So I'm going to just say that there. And I'm also going to say this: I don't know how long this video is going to go, but it was on my heart to do it, and I owe it to y'all. So we're going to keep rolling. Next up is my girl, Ronda Rousey. Now, Ronda is someone that you don't really see on tier lists like that as, like, God tier anymore, but she's a solid unit. Her 5-star move is actually pretty good with boosting black gem damage, so she can hit even harder. She is a good viable unit to take up to 5-star. I solidly recommend it. And yeah, she's been bae. The dollar in a dream pull, 99-cent pull, got her at 3-star bronze, took her all the way up to 5-star bronze, and that's probably where she's going to stay at. But she is a good modern era cover and a waifu that can get it done in a multitude of ways with her versatility, with her movesets, let alone her trainer and coaching combinations. So Ronda definitely was the first waifu to go up alongside The Rock, and there's a key importance that I'm going to show to you that I'm going to have to reemphasize later on in this video. Now, following that, we got Undertaker. Now, I love the Undertaker. I'm a mark for Undertaker just as much as I am for The Rock. And when I was able to pull this guy off a free pull, 4-star silver, I knew he was the one. He was the guy that I missed out on when his MLC came. I'm looking to get his skill plate soon, so he can be able to flow and cycle. But at the end of the day, this guy is a monster, y'all. Like, I run him with the botch gems. I got him double armor, so it's near impossible for people to kick out. And he's just fun. He's just a good guy. Defensive units. I always been a champ for defensive characters. Everybody's always about big move damage, big gem damage, but passive damage is something that's critical nowadays, and defensive opportunity is something cool. Stealing someone's health is great. Making sure that you're not getting hit with crazy insane damage when someone goes to pop off is going to help cut the chances of you being fully taken out when it comes to critical hit pins. So it's always good to always invest in your roster and look at everything covering not only your 6 classes, but your era categories, and understand that you also want to play offensive and defensive ball. But inevitably, it depends on you and what you want to do. But Undertaker was a great tech option for me, and he covers so many things with the Masters of the WWE Universe link. Plus, he's a great requirement. He's shown up multiple times before. Any Undertaker requirement, he has me covered, and he's just a beast mode unit, no way around it. And if you have him, congratulations. Now, one thing you might see is that I have the coins to take him up to 210, but I'm not. The simple thing is this: when it comes to resources all the way around this game, you want to look at your rotations. I do rotations of 5 stars. I had a list of characters that I wanted to take up on my first batch, my second batch, my third batch. You want to look at all these characters, and then you want to times their resources by 6. That's what you want to do for one individual. If you get a character and you want to do, this might be somewhere where you want to get your notepad out. I'm letting you know this. Take your time when you get the coins. You're going to hoard your coins, right? You want to spend some at a time so you can clear content as you go, so you can get your TP, your coins, your tokens, right? But at the end of the day, you want to go, and when you're able to max a character, max them out and jot down the amount of coins that it takes. They take from, 2-star bronze to 2-star silver, 2-star gold, all the way up to 5-star. Map that out, especially when you're able to get these characters at higher star rarities. And then times that by 6, because that's what you're going to need to cover all your classes. And the same thing goes with your TP. You're going to look at the amount. You're going to do the same with your tokens. There are people out there that have done this more than likely for you. But if you want to really get this down, because this is a game where you have to plan for the end game. You have to plan for the long term. Short-term investments in characters is not going to get you really far. It's going to help you out for the moment, but you need to keep on building for the long term. Building towards the long term. So you want to think about how you're going to handle your resources. You don't want to keep going flat broke. So we're awesome, great fam. We got a milestone where you're looking at I'm looking at this 30 mil. Yeah, I can fill out that 210, but there's other superstars. There's 5 other superstars that I want to take up alongside him that are going to cover my needs, or opt for other opportunities when the time comes. I'll have the resources to cover everybody. But not only do you want to think about that, times 6 the amount that you need to max out a character fully for not only their coins and their TP and their tokens. You also want to sit back and understand what you're going to be doing after that. Because, yeah, you got those characters covered, but then you got their trainers, their coaches. You got to understand that there's levels to everything that goes to this, because now you even got abilities that are accessed at 5-star rank. So you want to include everything. You want to have enough coins to not only take care of your power moves, but have enough left over to make another round of those. So yes, that is saying you're going to need about, 100 million plus coins. No surprise there. But you got to be smart. Short-term investments in certain superstars to get you through content. If you can't clear it, you can't clear it. Take that L, call it a day, but continue to build those short-term investments in superstars. But long-term, you're holding out. You're hoarding more. You're spending an nth amount of what you have to get you further ahead later on, if that makes sense. Like, spend 10%. All right? Invest 10%, save 90. It might be annoying, it might seem boring, but it's going to go far, especially with this game, with how resources are. So you want to play it smart for the long run. After that, when it comes to my next rep, I got Rey Mysterio. Huge fan of Rey. Everybody was able to get him for free. Everybody was able to get a free gear. It was not a difficult decision to opt for that choice to take up Rey. One of my favorite wrestlers I grew up on during the Ruthless Aggression era. A solid, incredible farmer. Incredible for content all the way around. Quick charge moves, easy clap. So if you got him on your account, I'm just recommending it. He is a solid guy. There are other characters out there that are obviously of Montez Ford and DX Army Sean status, but Rey is always a good, solid go-to if you need an acrobat and you're building up. Vince is somebody that is crucial as a trainer for the Purple MP, but I also love Vince. Vince carries me through a lot of content on my tours and my daily grinds. Blows up the board, able just to get my loot boxes in order, able to cycle, hit heavy and hard. Vince is just a good unit. He doesn't have to be the top tier guy to get the job done, and y'all need to understand that. Certain units, even if they're not God tier, they can still beat other God tier units. So depending on the situation and the setup, depending on how the AI wants to play, you're going to be in good hands. But Vince is another guy that he was worth taking up to 15K, 5-star bronze, and I don't regret it. And that's where he's going to stay, but he's a monster. Definitely one of my favorite units to use to clear content on the regular. Edge, on this day, I see clearly. Yo, Edge is my boy. There's no way around it. Y'all know how I fanned out for Edge. I was chasing him. I finally got him. Crazy that they changed him to the Ultimate Opportunist, but I'm looking forward to wail out for the Rated R Superstar when he makes his appearance. More than likely going to be Modern Era, of course, and probably we'll see what his class is going to be. I can easily see him being a top-tier showboat if they wanted to go that angle, but also seeing him as a technician would actually be highly interesting and innovative, because he is a very well-rounded character in the ring when it comes to his moveset arsenal. So Modern Era Technician Edge, the Rated R Superstar, I would definitely be down for, and give him his cool gear, whether it's from his Royal Rumble return or his WrestleMania gear. I think people would go out and mark out for that. But Edge is a solid option, able to stay in the game for a long time. Immortal Edge, leech gems, able to cycle the submission, able to just hit the finisher spear and keep things going. He's going to be able to keep you in the fight for a long time. So he is another solid option, and he covers ruthless aggression. Following Edge, we got Slick Rick. Woo! Now, Slick Rick is staying at 5-star bronze because I did it because I'm a fan of him. I love Slick Rick. He was my legend option. He held me down at 4-star, but I have found better prospects on my showboats now, and this is where he's going to stay. But I'm grateful for everything that he did for me, and if I need to for a legend requirement and I feel like it, I'll go ahead and dust him off and he'll see some action. But definitely a great unit. After seeing the gameplay from Benny put this guy on the map just like he put legend Jake the Snake Roberts on the map. A great unit, great showboat if you need somebody and you're missing out on like 1, 2, 3 kids and zombie reigns. Monster unit, and still good, and hits very, very hard. And with those protect gems, double armor on him, he's going to be putting people to sleep, or going Fury too, just to beef up the damage. So they're definitely put down for good. Following that, after that legend rep, we got Goldberg. Goldberg's a secret weapon of mine. I've literally beaten Keith Lee's with Goldberg. Yeah, that's something that I feel proud of. I've been able to take down Montez Ford with Goldberg. There's certain things where, this is proof where they don't have to be at the top of the card to still get the job done, depending on your setup on the board, depending on what perks you invest in, depending on what props you bring. You can get the job done. It doesn't always have to be a clean sweep. Sometimes you just got to know, like, I got to unload now. I'm going to get the W now, and I'm going to call it a day. So Goldberg's somebody that I'd like to keep in my pocket with the gem damage, with him all furied out. He's just putting people to sleep. I love Goldberg's play. He's fun to use. And even at 5-star, he actually has a very solid kit that can be ran. He covers ruthless aggression. He hits heavy. He isn't no boogeyman or anything. But if you got Goldberg's somebody to take up the 5-star, in my opinion. Whether you agree with that or not, that's cool, because there are other options that I'm going to discuss that can help you free-to-play players that are listening, let alone you pay-to-play whales and dolphins out there, because I understand your issues. Cheat code of the game. You got this guy, you're Gucci on all dailies. Stun lock everybody. Feud, stun lock everybody unless they got stun immunity. That's why when you go into matches, you always want to check the stats of your opponent. You check that, you click their overall, you see what straps they got on, what they're working with. Is it move damage? Is it gem reduction? Move damage reduction? Add extra vitality with their health. What they got going on here? What kind of skill plate do they got on? You always check for things, but at the end of the day, if you play it smart, they can only have so many legendary straps on so many people, right? So somebody's going to end up getting stunned, and that's going to be easy feud points for you. Somebody's going to end up getting stunned when it comes to showdown matches. Zombie Austin is a beast, and with his gear, with the silence gem damage, you can play him a completely different way. If you don't want to be stunning people, you can just go for mad insane in the membrane damage. Monster of a unit, he's in a tier of his own. Him and Zombie Paige are in a tier of their own. They changed the game. There's people that can beat him, but if you got the right setup with your perks and he gets that stun off, it buys him time, and that buys you time to go ahead and wreck somebody. So somebody like this is going to be helping you out a lot if the trickster, tick doesn't engage for the dodge. Zombie Austin, somebody you might consider taking into the fold. And Attitude Era covered. Next up is Walter, and this is important for a lot of you. Walter was absolutely free for me. I missed out on his MLC because I was so disappointed in Pete Dunne. So I did not get it done in that month-long contest, and I wanted the ring general in the game so bad. But those regalia chests give you a reason to log in every single day when you're playing this game. Because if you're free to play, you're patient. And I say this, hoard your resources. Anything that you pick up from a limited time tour, any cases, anything you get drop like that, you hoard those. You pop the resources you get from your milestones and you build off of that. You stockpile everything else and you hold on to it till you need it. You pop those regalia chests. I know it's a thing right now for everybody because it's a thing in everybody's Discord that I see or on the community pages. Whenever we get our chests, we pop them immediately. I think if you hoarded them, if you're a pay-to-play player, it lessens the sting. If you get a bunch of Vainglorious Dream Shards, I think it lessens the sting for free-to-play players because it gives you a better chance and better odds to recruit somebody fully at 4-star gold by hoarding instead of constantly popping them back to back, back to back. It's addictive, I understand. But these type of plays, in the long run, you're building up your resources. You're not just getting a brand new toy and pumping everything into them, right, to take them for a test ride. You're hoarding your chests to get better odds of unlocking more people or getting enough shards to invest in those people to save you TP, color TP. I've been pumping all this dupe TP I've gotten from him into that red move for the yellow area so I can get that cycle going. Double red, yellow. So play it right with these chests. Free-to-play players, you will benefit from this. These characters are free. You get them at 4-star gold, meaning since you've been hoarding your tokens that you're picking up from your milestones and doing your dailies, you've been hoarding your coins that you've been grinding from Deadmans and been getting from your milestones, or even if you're taking opportunity on the portal options. Whenever you see those portal options and you're a whale, go there. Spend your money in the portal, not the store, because then you're double dipping. You're spending hundreds, thousands of dollars, and you're going to be reimbursed with the event, the solo event or group or community event or reward milestones there. So you always check. You check to see the offer. You go to the event tab on the portal. You check to see if there's a solo event. You feel like spending, you spend it on the portal. You double up because then you get more resources. You get coins. You get tokens of 4-star rarity, 5-star rarity. You get more epic shard chests that are going to help you recruit people that are going to be beast mode, because all the characters that you're getting out of these chests are not only great characters and units, they also provide very solid trainer or coaching abilities that are going to benefit you. So you want to make sure that you're hoarding your chests, not popping them every other week. That's the best option for you. Long-term investment in this game. Play it smart. Short-term investments to get you through certain content, but long-term, you're hoarding, you're stockpiling everything, and then if you need to go there, you know that you have those options there. But definitely hoard these chests to get solid units like Walter here on your squad at 4-star gold, making it a whole lot easier with everything you stored up to max the character out and take them to 5-star. So that is something that you need to know for your free-to-play units, players, and for those of you who are whales and pay-to-play but haven't gotten your roster in order just yet. So that's something to think about. Now, following that, I got my boy Drew. Drew is the dude. Drew is a monster. I got to hit up Merrick's to figure out how he's running his. I got a real cool padded, I'll just go in here and show this off because I need more of it. But I had to go with a padded because I ended up getting that, and it was dope. It was definitely dope to get this option here. When you get these type of medals on characters like this is worth it. I was going to go double armor, but looking at that, how this padded worked out with this, it's like, geez Louise, we're getting, gem defense, and we're also getting move defense here. But with running all greens for him, he's going to be buck nasty. He's going to be a monster. He hits so hard. I love Drew. Drew's great for all content. He clears anything. He's great for feuds. He's great for showdowns. He's incredible for blitzes. Quick charge, easy to set up. He's just a guy. He's a guy. He's the best Drew in the game right now. I really wish that they would scan his face onto the Powerhouse Drew's face, because that's bothering the crap out of me, but to each his own. But this is another guy that I was glad to pick up, and he's going to 5-star gold. There's certain characters that are just a guarantee they're going to 5-star gold, and there's no way around it. Just like this guy here. This is one of those situations where I got to tell you, this is where I went pay to play. I debated it, but then I had to go and cash in because I went ahead and got those strap parts, and I needed them. I need to build up on some more in the future, but I had to get this. And this is just something to throw out there if you like to spend money. When you see options like this, when you know that there's certain milestone rewards that you know you're probably not going to reach because you don't feel like spending that type of money, or you're not that hard of a grinder. When you come across these type of offers in the portal or in the store, although I say opt for the portal to get double for your bang for your investment, you want to go for this. These type of medals, these type of skill plates are going to change the game for you. Breaking black and getting purple, I don't have Fiend's gear. So this is going to make it a lot easier to cycle. I get off a bleed turn 1. I can break a black if there isn't a purple match. I'm ready and loaded up to not only hit my sub, but I'm also loaded up to hit another dose of bleed that stack it up and stack it up and stack it up. This is a guy that I really love and I really enjoy. And this is a guy that I got out of the regalia chest. So this is another thing where, like, there are good options even if you don't decide to spend money. You just got to be patient, and you got to be able to learn. You got to be able to listen and ask the right questions. You'll never know until you ask a question, and there will be trolls, but there's usually a genuine person out there that will help you. And I've seen a lot of people within this faction who became best friends because somebody took someone under their wing and helped them out and guided them. And then, the master became the student, and the student became the master. Those are the type of bonds that come from this game that, you know what? Sometimes it hurts to get scoped, but greatness like that is something that can never be replaced. And those are bonds that we should carry on even after this game goes, out of business, because it's inevitable, right? No matter how much money it gets pumped in, some things aren't going to last forever. So that's something to consider. But Fiend, one of my favorite characters, been one of them. Huge fan of Bray Wyatt. Glad that I got him absolutely free. Bayley, free to play unit. Everybody had a chance at Bayley. Everyone had a chance at Sasha Banks. This girl gets it done. Saw how Merrick's ran her. Being able to turn color gems into blue gems, get your color turns down, makes it easy to cycle, put them all over the board, set up some Zawal Cardos or some solid gem matches. You're able to hit the finisher, and boom, once you're back up, you got the color gems still on the board, hit them the one charge, turn them into blue, go all over again. She's a monster. She gets people bodied. I'm running her with the double armor setup, and she's just a beast. Absolute beast, and glad that I got her gear. If you didn't get the gear, I'm sorry for you, but it was definitely a solid investment for many, and she is a free-to-play waifu bae, and I hope that she recovers. A lot of people are saying that she's pregnant because she's going to be out for 9 months. Certain injuries can take years to heal and recover. So I don't understand that part that, she's out for 9 months. That means that a baby's being born. You got to consider, maternity leave. Women certain women can, more power to them if they can pop a baby out and then be right back to work. But others are going to take a little bit longer to heal. So everybody thinking that she's out for that, it's a possibility, but to jump right to that is kind of asinine. But Bayley is a free-to-play waifu that you're going to have a better chance of pulling than others, and she's worth taking up the 5-star gold when that time comes. So definitely a solid investment. Now, this was my first tech option. Why? New Gen and Bret Hart fan. Had to get him up here. Got him maxed out. A guy that you can get for free from Silver League pulls. You can stockpile. You don't have to spend no color TP on them. So you want to take advantage of this, players. When you got characters like this that are good, they cover requirements, they're going to be easy to take care of because all you got to do is hoard your coins. Do 40 pulls and stack and stack and stack. You get these coins by doing what you're supposed to do. Play the game daily. Stack them up. You'll get these coins. Maybe you get lucky with a loophole on the gear side with the gear chips. You get his gear. You're able to generate more green gems. He is a very solid unit and another defensive monster, just like Motu Undertaker. Botch gems galore. He's able to say he has the choose move. He even has the submission that turns gems into the multiply, making it easier to cycle, giving him versatility. Multiple tag links. Look for characters like this. One thing that pisses me off about Champions is that you can't stack tag links. If you could stack all these together, it would be great. It will be great. Generating green gems while also any submission lasts for one more turn. Matching green gems gives you a charge for MP by move color. That is solid. That would be dangerous. And on top of that, by stacking links, it would make it easier for many people to go ahead and clear a lot of difficult tag team content. But unfortunately, we got a bunch of these pointless WrestleMania links that aren't going anywhere in the game. And it's a sad sight to see. But those are a lot of characters. Now, Ricochet is at 4-star gold. There's a reason for that I'm going to discuss before I'm out of here. But another 5-star that I got here is my girl Paige. Only PG rep that I got, but incredible waifu. Cheat code like with Zombie Austin. Just got to look out for stun immunity. But outside of that, she's going to get busy. She's going to clear content. She's a great asset. A lot of people were able to get her from showdowns and, the Z-Rock debacle and everything. But here we are. Very glad to have her here. And honestly, just like how she was in 4-star, Paige and Zombie Paige and Zombie Austin were cool because they could literally be at 4-star bronze and beat 4-star golds. And I think the same's going to apply for them here. You get them to 5-star bronze. It might take a little longer because the health pool's a thing. But if you know how to get the proper setup for their straps and skill plates, they're going to get it done. I don't think that they need to go any higher than 5-star gold unless you're really a fan of them. But obviously, Zombie Austin would be a solid option because we know how the move damage gets. And, of course, Striker's gem damage is going to go up. But I really strongly believe that having them simply sitting at 5-star bronze and they cover zombie requirements in the future, they're going to cakewalk anything, especially when you got perks off. They're going to get their stun off on turn 1. So a solid investment. But another one that I've got representing that I'm working on, building up, Zombie Cena. We got him for free. One of the best tricksters in the game. We got Shamrock. We got Gooker. We got a lot of great tricksters. Cesaro just came out. Demon King Balor came out. Zombie Cena is still a character. I put it to you like this. Just like Zombie Paige and Zombie Austin, they're going to stand the test of time. They got the stun. This guy's versatile, can literally somersault you in a multitude of ways. Able to charge, able to hit you with so many different ways to get cycles going. Heavy move damage with the right setup. Zombie Cena's the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs in the game. So if you missed out on getting him for free, I am truly sorry. But it was a monster of a move for us to get him for free. Following that, we got Piper. Now, this was another option where I did go pay to play. I went ahead and bought the offers for the Hall of Fame packs off the portal when it was available, so I could take them up. I missed out on that shot with using specialty tokens, but I knew that I liked Piper, and on top of that, I needed a Hall of Fame subcategory rep, and Piper's worth it. The first ever unit to run double submissions. First ever to do so. Okay? That's something dope. That's something pretty cool. And no one is ready for Asuka. Modern Era Acrobat is the second character and the first waifu to do that as well with double submissions. So this is a guy who was free to play. Everyone had a chance to get him. And they also offered opportunities after the MLC for you to get him for free. Great monster of a unit. Worth it all the way. Worth investing in. Worth stacking up your showdown coins to hit up the shop and get the coin, get his tokens that way. Patience is a virtue, but it is in there, and you could possibly get it. So just stack up in the meantime. After that, who do we have? We got our girl Carmella, another free to play waifu. Incredible. And even with escape artists being a thing, if you check your straps, again, not everyone's going to have a strap on every single waifu or husbando. So as long as you check the strap before you go into the match, she's going to milk people like butter. She's going to cut through people like butter. She's going to help you out. And again, since she's a free-to-play unit, that means when it comes to gacha pulls, when you do Mega Superstar loot banners, you're going to have a better chance at picking her up than other Mega Superstar waifus. So you always want to consider that situation, but she is a great character to invest in. Now, aside from that, I'm sitting on a lot of people. We do have a lot of good characters like Ken Shamrock. I work on him slowly. Showboat Rock is a thing. Godfather is obviously one of the best farmers in the game. Solo farming is a cakewalk with him, especially if you got the Godfather's mojo on him. Plus, you also have Vince McMahon on him. He's going to be able to cycle over and over again. That's going to be those loot gems are going to be hitting hard. He's going to be able to get you max loot guaranteed every time. So this is somebody that if you were free to play, there was a MLC back in the day where you could get him for free. You could unlock him absolutely free. So that was another good look from Scope Leave where you got a chance at getting the best farmer in the entire game for free. So if you missed out, look, he's someone to pull for if you want your life to be made easier, because you're not always going to be able to get everything off the prize wall. They made it point crystally clear that you cannot buy everything off the prize wall. So getting a farmer in the meantime when you're doing content, using him to take care of different tours, LT wise, or your dailies, he's a good option. Very, very solid option. Same goes for MDM Tech DiBiase. I love to use him a lot. Farouk is somebody that is going up. He is going up to 5-star. I do rotations of all the classes, all 6 classes. He is my next striker that's going to be going up to 5-star alongside Bradshaw. Got him already furied out. He's absolutely fun to run. Ultimate Warrior Motu is also a great showboat if you have him. Bam Bam Bigelow, another great option if you want somebody. Stephanie McMahon is also another great free-to-play waifu that takes care of business. Typhoon is great. We got him from an MLC. You can get him more often. Batista, incredible trainer ability especially in 9K. Get him there. Seth, the bleed guru. This guy makes Fiend OP. I got him and Kyrie, as you can see. Both of them are on the Fiend, milking people with the HP drops when it comes to that stacking bleed. Just absolutely nasty, absolute nonsense there. A lot of characters, as you can see, I've got them at certain star rarities, and that's because I simply want them there for their coaching ability. MVP is a tech option for me, but now that I've gotten my characters, I'm looking at the game and looking at how it is, and I've pointed out and figured out who I really want to commit to taking up to 5-star gold or 5-star diamond or platinum, depending on whatever they decide to do, right? So certain people I'm just not going to work on any further. But when I have the opportunity to take them up, that's what I'll do. Lacey Evans down here is a solid option that I decided to take up periodically over time. Drop some coins here, drop some TP there until I finally got her to 9K. So that's what I meant earlier. Short-term investments, long-term goals. That in long-term investments, you get a character, you invest in them slowly and surely to take care of your coaching abilities, your trainer abilities, your promoter abilities. That's what you do because you want to invest as little as much so you can save just as more for later on down the line. So when you get lucky with a bag, maybe you pull somebody out of a bag at 4-star, you get super lucky with a contest bag or a tour bag, and you pull up the top tier unit absolutely free. You got it freed up, so now you can invest more into them when they show up. Plus, you have your trainers and coaches taken care of. That's one thing that I honestly think helped out a lot of people when it pertained to the Wild Ones MLC, because that was the first time that many of us were able to max out the solo contest. And by learning how to manage your resources to take care of everything on the day, like on the daily, when it came to that grind, I think a lot of people were able to pick up on that. So a lot of you moving forward, reflect on how you did things with the daily. Sure, the daily contests weren't there, but look at how you handled things on the daily within the Wild Ones MLC, and look at how that got you the maxed out contest. Apply that moving forward, and also share that knowledge with your teammates so they can replicate that once they have their roster in order to probably make those power moves. Because not everybody is going to be able to max out every single talent up every MLC, and not everybody's going to be able to do every single book of the tour. But if you get the knowledge to know how to handle things and maneuver, you're still going to be able to come out on top by having a better knowledge and respect for your roster and who's on it and who can truly benefit you. Now, Sika is somebody that I love for sure. Glad I got the gear, logging in every day, doing the missions. Definitely going to 5-star. Going to 5-star for sure. Getting Alpha definitely sealed the deal on that when it came to Sika. So we're going to take Sika up, and he's a fun unit to run. He's dangerous. He's dangerous even after the MLC. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him and Alpha popping up left and right all over the place. Other projects going up, Johnny Gargano. We got lucky with a few chests, got what we needed. Boom. Got him fully recruited. Plus, we hit the prize wall when the shards were available, and we got it done. So, next up, going to 5-star. Definitely no way around it. Don't you just love bugs and glitches? Wasn't even watching the video. Gargano's dangerous. Plus, I got the all heart skill plate. So once I get another legendary strap for tech, definitely going to get that on him, and I'm going to get that all heart because that's just going to be nasty with that damage follow up. So looking forward to it. And this is a guy that, even though it might not seem possible, he is someone that you can get. Those feud chests seem to be a thing now because everybody was sick and tired of getting the same old cards over and over again. Boring, not top tier. Now you're getting a chance when you finish in the top 100 to get a chest that offers you a chance at a very solid superstar. And you can stack those up. You might get lucky. You might see an explosion. Boom, you got somebody guaranteed. Or you can hoard those chests just like the regalia chests. And later on, that or like a Christmas, early Christmas or Black Friday gift to yourself, you're able to pop it open and get a bunch of superstars all at once that could help you and change your game for real. But it all depends on who you are. I'm just giving y'all some advice to help you out. If you agree with it, cool. If not, I understand, respect that. I do have Becky Lynch, but I'm going to be shard hunting for her. I could opt to obviously work on her. She's already maxed out. But I want the gear. I need the gear. She can't go up any further until I get the gear. That's just me personally. I could also use the all heart, the all heart skill plate on her too. But like I said, I just want to play it smart. This is somebody that, I like her. I'm happy that I finally got her. But, the honeymoon phase has been long over. So she isn't a top priority, but she is an option. And it's always good to look at your roster and understand it's cool to have options, but work on your sole focuses for class reps and get them taken care of alongside trainers and coaches. And then once you have time to play and have the resources to invest even deeper than you usually do, then you can come back for certain characters, whether they're fan favorites or they're meta changers. So that's how you want to look at the game when it comes to that. We got Tyler Breeze. We also have Fandango. Fandango could have gone up, but I took Fiend up instead. We got NWO Nash. That's a good NWO rep. Deadman Taker is also pretty solid. Phenom Taker is also great. Shout out to Benny for that gameplay. Able to pick up the Andre. Everybody was able to get Andre if you did it right. There was no way around that. Blue MP coach, y'all. If you missed out on an MP coach like Andre, I don't know what to say to you because he's going to change it. And you got the opportunity to pick him up at 4-star for absolutely free. TP that for free to up his moves and get his overall up. So that's something to look at. Like your overall, like you can have low level superstars, but high maxed out moves. That can help you get through stuff. Or, of course, you can have both maxed out moves and fully maxed out. And that's going to be a work towards your benefit. But it also helps boost your overall and helping you clearing content. So, Andre was a freebie. That was definitely a solid option to pick up. And Jake the Snake Roberts, what is there to say? An incredible sleeper, underrated technician that gets his due by the right people. Benny definitely put this guy on the map, in my opinion, and the game hasn't been the same ever since. So kudos to it. I do have plans for Beth Phoenix. I do like Beth Phoenix, and she is a monster at 5-star from what I've gone up against. So I'm definitely looking forward to taking her up, but she is not priority right now. The priority is getting Walter to 5-star gold. Now, we have other characters that are, again, they're at 5-star for a reason. Undertaker has to go up to 9K. And Alpha is definitely going up because we all know how Alpha gets down. Alpha gets busy. Plus, with the tag link with Sika, these guys are monsters. Great options. Solid legend reps, and that's why I'm retiring Slick Rick, because I'm definitely going to take Alpha up to 5-star, and I'm going to be taking Sika up to 5-star too. But It's a good thing that he's at 4-star gold right now, because that gives me the opportunity to fully invest into Farouk and get him further up. And then when I'm done with Farouk, I can double back and take care of Alpha. Because by the time I get everything sorted out for Farouk, I'll have everything needed to max out Alpha, and then it'll just be a quick breeze. So that's the objective. And while I'm hoarding and hoarding and hoarding cases and cases and cases, I'm able to stack up the tokens that I'm picking up from milestones and portal offers, and that's going to help me speed up the process of, okay, Farouk's done, now it's on to Alpha, and it can be an easy transition. So you always want to play it smart with your resources. Like I said, jot everything down, figure out how much it costs to fully max your superstars, times that by 6. The same applies for your TP. Look at the amount of the total amount it takes to max out one move. And then you got to think about how many you got to do. You got to take that number. Think about it like this, right? You got to take the number that you get for maxing out the move fully. And then you look at that number and you apply it to all your moves. So you get 7 moves in total. So you want to take that TP total and go ahead and times that by 7. And that'll help you understand that. But then, of course, you want to apply that too for not only one superstar. You want to think about you're covering your other areas. So you want to be smart. You want to have those reps, but you want to understand the total amount that you're going to need. And that's what you need for spending. And that's what that's important. You're spending. You're not getting it back. It's not like you're going to get a refund on the color TP you use. That's why Duke TP is important whenever you're able to get it, especially if you're a whale. That's going to come through clutch, but it also helps out the free-to-play players too. But you want to think about that. You're going to want to know the max number that it takes to level out your superstars. You want to know the max amount of tokens you're going to need. And the same goes for TP when it comes to maxing moves, so that way you're able to properly take care of it. So again, the max for the total amount from the highest level whenever it comes out. 5-star silver is the thing now. So you want to go to get that amount of TP for one move, times that by 7. That lets you know how much you're going to need, not only for that one character, but it's also going to let you know what you're going to need for your other superstars. And Alpha, if you were able to pick him up, is the perfect opportunity for you to do that concept all the way up to max level 13. So that's going to allow you to help you out. So you want to play it smart, and you know how much TP. The TP is going to keep on increasing. It gets up to the 200, close to 300. So you want to play it smart with stacking and hoarding your TP. Mine's low, so I'm going to take the opportunity to hoard up. And that's what you got to do. You got to plan for the long term. You invest where you need to, and you get busy with it. You balance out the levels plus the move levels and the coin level. You'll be able to clear content a lot easier without going fully broke on one character. You'll be able to spread the wealth, take care of milestones, and get the job done and take care of business. But definitely repping my legends moving forward is going to be Alpha and Sika. No way around that. And we got a bunch of characters that aren't really going anywhere. I'm waiting for a 4-star silver fuse for Kane. I want a 4-star silver, 4-star gold fuse for him, because you can get that for free, but RNG is going to be RNG. And I also would like to get his gear, and then I would like to play around with him a whole lot more. Now, American badass Undertaker is somebody who has a great trainer ability, so he's probably going to be going up in the future, but no rush. Butch, he's double Sting, so Sting the second. So he's staying at 5K for me personally. Wasn't able to recruit Luke, and that's cool. More than likely, I'll pick him up down the line somewhere too. So it's not even. I'm blessed in those classes already with the characters that I got. So it's not hurting my feelings if I'm missing out on him. But I don't really have many projects aside from wanting to take Trish Stratus up, Acro Trish. She's an incredible waifu, and she's boss. She's bae. There's no way around it. She's bae. And Icons of WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, HBK. That's another one that I got in my back pocket that I want to invest in once I get the thing sorted out, especially since he uses different tokens. More reason to go ahead and invest in your faction shop and check everything out when it comes to offers. So there's a lot to consider here. We got Motu Triple H. We were able to pull him for free. And he came from the Regalia chest the same way Fiend and Walter did. So, another great option as an acrobat rap. And a monster when perks are involved. There's no way around it. You just want to, again, check the stats of your opponents, because some people do have it sorted where your multiplied gem strength will be reduced. But inevitably, with how low charge his moves are, or at least the majority of, even with that in play, he's still going to be able to get down for you. And he's a free character. He can be recruited free without you spending money. And he was a MLC champion too, so many people were able to get him free depending on how their resources were back then. But a great unit, incredible, interesting coaching ability, Motu rep until the death. Just a beast mode character and a great character to have, especially if you're going the free to play route. He is someone, when you see him, when you unlock him, he is going to change your account around for the better. Aside from that, we have Sid. Now, Sid is dope. Was able to pull him thanks to a chest from the weekend. We already got his skill plate on him. We still got another slot to open up, but we're just beefing him up when it comes to his fury, and we're just trying to knock things down. Sid's one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite wrestlers. I love his depiction in wrestling, and I'm glad that he was able to be recruited. Bad guy Chico Reza Ramon, that's where he is. I hope to take him up soon. Not really sure yet though, because I would love to pull Hall of Fame Powerhouse Hall. That would be cool too to have him. And I'm still missing NWO Hall, which makes me so upset, because I'm a Hall fan, but I pulled Nash before I got Hall, and it's been treacherous trying to get those shards to get him. It's a shame. Like, he literally evades me for no reason. We got the new character Cena, Kelly and Dane. We got some icons of WrestleMania, Andrade. That's pretty much the roster. Like, there really isn't much to it, just playing it smart. Literally, once you're getting into a groove, if you spend a lot, just take a time to comb through people and look. Nothing wrong with asking questions. But before you ask a question, do the research yourself. If you fail at the research, that's when you ask a question to your faction fam and they help you out. That's definitely something you want to do, because if you're doing those type of pulls and you're spending money, you're going to pull like multiple people, and you don't want to just go, oh, I got new toys, let me invest in all of them. You want to take time to reflect on what you have, what you're willing to deal with, and turn things around for yourself. But when it comes to characters with for like pulls and stuff, or if you're free to play, you just want to understand your options. You really want to understand your options, and that's going to help you benefit when it comes to building. Now, there's a reason why I don't have Ricochet up to 4-star gold, and that is actually simple. I am 95 shards away from getting DX Army Sean. DX Army Sean, in my personal opinion, is the second best acrobat in the entire game. The one ahead of him is Montez Ford. But those two are the kings. And what makes them even more beast mode, shout out to Lucario 23. You know what I'm saying? The sweeper. You feel me? He straight up dropped it like it's hot, and it was real. It's like they're two of the best acrobats, where literally it isn't a thing of like, getting them like, started. These guys, like, you don't need the gem match. They dodge, they evade the gem match. They literally go pop off, boom, you're dead. So it saves you time when you got someone like this. So yes, Ricochet's ready to go. Yes, I just got Motu Triple H, but I'm 95 shards away from DX Army Sean. So whether I decide to do some pulls here or later on down the line, the point is, he is coming to the game. And it took me being patient to accumulate those shards. Picked up some from the prize wall. Was able to get some when he first debuted with his trial. Seeing this guy go from someone where everybody was like, oh, I don't like how this guy plays, to now knowing he's the second best acrobat in the entire game. Yeah, speaks volumes. So this is a situation for y'all who spend money. I did this with Drew McIntyre. I had a lot of shards for him. I needed a few more. You go into the banner. When you're this close, you go and pull the trigger. Because especially if they're uncommon or common shards, you're going to have a better chance of pulling that amount of shards to fully recruit a character. So this is one of those things that you want to think about. Free to play characters are always given every single month. The MLC is an opportunity. It's not a given. It's a shot. You're getting a chance at that. Key pulls are one thing that are a hit and a miss, but the mega superstar loop is always going to be a constant, multiples. So when it comes to certain characters, especially if you like certain trial characters or contest characters where we were able to pick shards up for, and you come across their banner and you see that you're close enough that like you're real close to recruiting them, that's when you pull the trigger. That's when you decide to pull. Because pulling nonsensically is going to work to detriment your account, because you're either going to get overwhelmed because you pull so much stuff and you're going to want to feel the pressure to invest, that it's basically going to unfold. But the truth is that you can sit back and play the long game on certain characters and you can benefit. So pulling, it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes you get scoped with a lot of mad doop-de-doop TP. Other times, you can pull mad superstars, and then you feel the need and the necessity to improve all of them, and then you're back to zero. You never want to do that. So some people, you just take time. You pick a target. You zone in on that target, and you keep going until you recruit that target. And that applies for any character. Pay attention to the banners. Look at the drop rates. Look at who's featured. And confirm to yourself that you're going to be able to get it done. But you want to play smart on certain things, and this is a power move. Knowing that just wait for the right opportunity to pull for a character that's going to help you out. That's what it's definitely all about. But you also want to make sure that you're communicating with your faction fam, learning about the ins and outs of different characters and units, asking for tier lists. Shout out to Nerd Lab. They do a lot of heavy deal intel for WWE champions, breaking things down. So there's knowledge out there that you need to be looking out for while you're building up, while you're hoarding, and understand that there's multiple opportunities to pick up solid champions one way or the other, but you're going to have to commit to the long term and understand that there's chances where you might put money in and you're going to get scoped. You can't get it back, but as long as you have the right state of mind, you're going to be able to get it done. So even though Ricochet could easily go up, so good, probably Triple H, we're holding out for this DX HBK, and we'll get it done. But listen, y'all, it's just a real video. My apologies. Your boy getting tired and for being so long-winded. But you definitely want to play this game smart and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, this is a game. You're supposed to have fun. It shouldn't feel like a job. But if you have the opportunity to prioritize, capitalize off of it, it's only going to help you out. It's only going to push you forward. So there's no need of going against the grain when it's something that's ultimately not only going to benefit your account, it's also going to benefit your faction. So when you look at your roster, you have to decide, once you get to a certain point in the amount of characters that you have, you want to sit back and ask yourself, who do I want to commit to all the way to 5-star? Now, if you get lucky with pulls, that's different. But for free to play, you want to sit and understand your options and understand who you're playing with, because not everyone has some mad TP, coins, tokens. So you want to make those smart moves. You want to make sure that you're not letting anything go to waste, and ultimately you're having fun with the characters that you use. My characters, they're all fan favorites of mine. They're characters that I love. They're characters that I enjoy. So like for me, I'm picking out the characters that are going to go to 5-star, the next tier. And I'm looking at Walter. I'm looking at Drew. I'm looking at Fiend. I play with them all the time now, and I don't think that's even going to change due to how much they're able to cover everything. So having that situation sorted out is something that allows me to prioritize what my next move is going to be, and it makes things a whole lot more easier when it pertains to managing your account and understanding what you're going to do. You want to think about rotations: one acrobat, powerhouse, showboat, striker, technician, trickster. The amount of coins, TP, and tokens that it's going to take each one of them characters up, and to know that you can do that while also sitting back on crucial amounts of resources that you've gotten for free. It's going to benefit not only free-to-play players, but also pay-to-play players too. And do what you love with your characters. There's many cool ways to run units that might not be seen, but are far doable and might be highly more efficient than what is been presented within gameplay videos. So you got to experiment. You got to do your homework in this game to find out who really pops for you and who doesn't. Who's just a standalone, just sitting there, and who you want to take the go all the way. So it's not hard. It's difficult for many because we're so used to getting and spending. But if you learn how to do short term, spend a few 100,000 here, 100,000 there, you're steadily going to be able to invest to like a point where you're going to be straight and you're going to be able to dominate. You just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Invest a little bit here on a superstar. Invest a little bit here on another superstar. And then once they're fully built up, you'll be good. And even looking at a character like Bray Wyatt, Striker, right? Yeah, he's not God tier anymore. But he's not God tier at 4-star or 5-star. But he still represents at 3-star. So get him the 5K, 3-star silver, and he'll be able to take care of business. He'll still be able to get the job done for you. Just know that you have options. You don't got to play it like certain people. I took certain people up that you might not. You'll take people up that I might not. But as long as you have an understanding of what their purpose is and what their essential usage is, you're going to be fine. And ultimately, more importantly, you're going to have fun. So with that being said, y'all, I hope you liked this video. Sorry that it was long, but hey yo, bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you of my beloved #champions fam. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, Zeke410. And until next time, let's chop it up within the comments below, y'all. But mad love to every single one of y'all. Have an amazing feud weekend. Be blessed up. Stay safe. Have a great time smashing gems. Remember, the main objective for this Titan feud, take out the Demon King Balor. High move damage, gem damage, stun characters are going to get it done for you easily, let alone the bonus points that you get from the other matches. So make sure that you dominate. And let me know your thoughts about this roster. Let me know how your roster's looking and what you have planned for it. There's always a plan. There's always a challenge. There's always a risk. There's always a resolution. But if you're willing to learn, embrace it. Ask questions. Ask your faction mates. Ask other content creators. Ask players. Ask me. And also do your research. Self-educate. Learn the ins and outs of the game so you can become better at the game and know how to move forward. I know some of the things I said might seem a little bit extreme, and I get it, but it's worth the mention. It's worth it because somebody could use it. Somebody can benefit from it. And if that works out for me, if it just helps out one person, I think I did good, and it was worth making this video. So, again, let's chop it up within the comments below if you agree or disagree with anything. But more importantly, if you have tips that are going to help people get better with their accounts moving forward or learning who to work on and everything, by all means, leave those in the comments below so everybody can become fully aware, and we can just spread and share knowledge to everybody and have a great time. So with that being said, y'all, until next time, stay tuned. Peace.